First, is it school-sanctioned humiliation? A Phoenix mom outraged over a horrific history lesson she says her son had to endure.
Third graders at Basis Phoenix Central asked to reenact a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. ABC 15's Cameron Pullum walks us through what happened and why the school says it did nothing wrong.
The lesson was meant to transport students to 1957. In the heroic moment, the Little Rock Nine entered Little Rock Central High School following desegregation. Images show the 9 African-American students walking into the school while being bombarded by racial slurs from those opposing their presence. In a social media post this week, Claudia Rodriguez says her son's 3rd grade class at Basis Phoenix Central reenacted that moment. She says her son, who's African American, was chosen to walk between a line of students while they screamed and humiliated him. While the school has heard her concerns, they're standing by the activity, pointing out the student volunteered for the exercise and showed no signs he was upset.
The issue is not whether or not the students volunteered, because I would imagine young students would volunteer to do all kinds of things. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily understand the gravity of that.
Neil Lester is the director of Project Humanities at ASU. He says not only does this reenactment seem unsensitive, but questions what exactly students are getting out of it.
It makes me wonder how and if these students are really being taught lessons that are healthy for them.
The school says no racial slurs or words of any kind were used, only noises. Head of the school, Rosalind Thompson, who is also African American, continues to support the lesson, citing her own race, experience, and understanding of the civil rights movement as her reasoning.
What I hear in that statement is not any sort of acknowledgement that maybe this was a misjudgment.
I'm Cameron Pullum, ABC 15 Arizona.
Rodriguez says after the assignment, she pulled her son out of that school. The school says they've had tremendous support from other parents who say the lesson gave their children an important perspective on civil rights. They also say they've met with local African American leaders about this subject and best practices moving forward.